Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about anxiety and my tricks to dealing with it. If you guys are interested, let's get into the nitty-gritty. I feel like anxiety isn't necessarily like something that I feel needs to be addressed medically because I manage it. I feel like I manage it just fine, but I feel like it's a part of my everyday life, but it's not a problem. I'm sure people watching are probably like, okay, you have a problem. But it's not that. I feel like if I'm running late to work or if I haven't gotten things done or whatever, I put my own like stress on myself and I get anxious about, getting things done, but I don't feel like I need to take medications for anxiety. That's my point. So like I was saying, what is something that induces stress or anxiety for me? Like I said, if I'm running late to something, I am a nervous wreck. My palms are sweaty. Like I get real antsy. That, or like if I'm not doing well in school. Right now I'm not in school. I'm planning on going back. But like tests, anytime I would take tests, I was a very bad test taker. Like I knew the stuff and somehow I would always manage to get like not the best grades. But it was like I would read the question too quickly, or like I was looking at the answer, but it was like an except, like all of the above except, and I missed that part. So it's like, I don't know, I needed to slow down or whatever, but tests cause anxiety for me when I'm running late, like I said. New environments, I fear change a lot. I'm a creature of habit and I love routine. So when something changes, that induces stress for me and it gets me anxious. I can think of a bunch of other things because I'm like a nervous Nelly, but when it comes to dealing with it, so like I'll give you an example. Like when I'm running late for work, I will try my best to be more on time. It's like a silly thing, but like I'll give myself more than ample amounts of time to get somewhere. Not necessarily just work, but it could be like somewhere where I'm invited to or something like that. I don't like to drive stress because I feel like that's when, I can cause an accident or like something can go wrong. I believe in Murphy's Law. It's like what can go wrong will go wrong. Is that Murphy's Law? Whatever. I try to give myself ample time, but obviously sometimes it's not always the case. So when that happens, I do get anxious. But like, my form of anxiety isn't like, I don't feel like it's like an outward expression. Maybe like when my hands get sweaty, but that's about it. I don't really get like, I don't have panic attacks. I've had a couple, but I don't usually get them often. Like 2 in my life. That's it. Like what happens to me is my stomach hurts. Like I get a lot of stomach pains. I do have IBS, but that's too much information as it is, but it's a different pain. It's not like I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, it's like in the pit of my stomach and it's really uncomfortable. And like, I know I'm in a stressful situation. Like while I was in nursing school, I had to go to the hospital because my stomach was hurting for like 2 full months, like nonstop agony, like gnawing pain in my stomach, and it's anxiety, like 100% stress induced, put on myself anxiety. But it's because I was so nervous about failing or like passing and doing well in school, and it was a lot. It was hard. Nursing school is really hard, and I just felt like I didn't have an outlet for it except maybe the gym. Like I did go to the gym. I was in the best shape of my life in school, which is strange, but it was like the only way I would allow myself to stop studying is if I was working out, period. So I was either studying or working out. Nothing in between. So like sometimes I would work out twice a day just because I needed to disconnect and unwind from school. And I swear I was performing my best in everything in the gym. I don't know, whatever. It was literally like a moment to detach, and I did do that. So my tips that I can give you for dealing with anxiety is to find ways to avoid those stressors. Number 1, like I said, if you're running, like a person that gets anxious about being late to places, give yourself more time. If you're someone who's nervous about going somewhere you've never been, like let's say I have to drive on I-95, yeah, I just got a little bit of tachycardia thinking about it, because I don't know what it is about I-95. This is in Miami. It causes stress for me. As soon as I get on that highway, I'm like, I'm not super familiar with it. There's so many lanes, the express lanes. It's just like, it's a lot, and a lot of traffic too. So like, if you're someone who gets nervous about going to different places, try to like find some way to calm yourself before you get in the car. Like, I don't know, it may seem stupid, but it's whatever helps you. Like if you need calming music before you get in the car, or maybe like some incense, lavender, I don't know. Whatever you need to calm you down before you get on that road, do it. Or like your favorite song on the radio, something that can help you like lose the focus of being so stressed on that road, and maybe be like, yeah, this song reminded me of high school, okay. And it's like you're driving, but you know, it's still, you're still gonna be stressed out, but something that maybe will help ease it. When it comes to like tests and stuff, test anxiety, I feel like it's really hard to battle that. Like the only way I feel like you're gonna get through it is if you study, like, so that you know the stuff, and you can't really go in thinking like, I'm gonna draw a blank or something. I feel like that drawing a blank for me is like, you don't know. Like I've never really had the moment where I've been studying for weeks and then I get to the test and I'm like I don't really feel like that happens to me. I don't know why. Like I'm sure it does happen. Please, please, please don't come for me. If you've drawn a blank in a test, that's on you, my bad. But I've, like, someone once mentioned it, a teacher was like, if you draw a blank, it's because you don't know it. And I was like, profound stuff. Try your best to make sure that you cover the material so that you don't go into the test blind, and like that way you're not adding more stress on yourself. Try to find some sort of outlet that helps you in that situation is my point of this video. Because in the end, if you're gonna let your anxiety get the better of you, sometimes, you know, you won't put out your best self, and other people don't deserve to get the brunt of your own anxieties. So like if you're someone who is highly anxious, and there are a lot of people out there and they don't get medication for it, and that's fine. I'm not saying it's like something you need to go to see someone about, but like don't put that on others, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I'm an anxious person, I get anxiety for anything, little things, I get anxiety, but I'm not gonna put that on you because I'm anxious, you know, like I'm gonna try to find my own outlet within myself and not put that outward expression onto others, or like project my own issues onto others, if you get what I'm trying to say. Like try your best to deal with it inside, internally, and don't put that out of the world. Like, I don't know, maybe if you need to use diaries, journals, to-do lists, maybe to keep you organized so you don't forget things. Reminders on your phone will help so you don't forget things. Or, you know, if you, like, let's say paying your bills on time causes anxiety, you know, put a reminder on your phone, or a to-do list every month, like by this day I have rent, car, you know, something that will help you ease the pain of anxiety. I do a lot of doodle journaling. So what I do there is I doodle things, like things that I'm thankful for, grateful for. Like I'll make like a really pretty page about it. Maybe I'll do a video on my doodles, but like I feel like I can put on words, you know, some expression of myself, or like in a doodle. And that way, like, I can look back on it and be like, yeah, that's right. Like, I had one ideas for self-care, and it was like to do a face mask and watch Lifetime movies and things like that. And I actually did do it, and it was really nice. Like, I took some time for myself, and I was able to unwind and relax. And, you know, it's nice. Take some time for yourself. That is always important. You know, it's easy to burn out in anything that you do. If you're the kind that's trying to get in shape, and you're going really hard at the gym, and you're dieting really hard, and maybe you're not seeing results as quickly as you can, you know, just take a moment, relax, decompress, you know, don't put all of yourself in something and then maybe it doesn't work out, you know, because things like that can cause anxiety. Really sit back and look like within yourself, and if you need to jot down what your major anxiety inducers are, do it, and then also maybe in a separate column put there like what you can do to remedy that, or what you can do to combat that anxiety. You know, if you're anxious about your kids, you know, going to school and getting the best education and not having time for them, you know, like try to budget some time, or whatever it is, try to find a solution for it, so that way you can relax about it. You know, like I know that kids can cause anxiety, you know, if you want to raise them right, you want to make sure they have a good education, that they have everything they need, that they're not going to become delinquents in the future. That having kids is stressful, and the whole pregnancy process as well. But it's about finding ways to be good to yourself. You know, we can be our own harshest critics. I think that we are, actually. Like, for instance, I've been studying since October for my critical care RN exam. And I was doing really well with that. I was studying every day. Sometimes I would go 6 hours a day studying on my days off. And I was loving it because it was helping me in my own practice. Like, it was like, you know, like as a nurse, you sometimes do things because someone taught you, but like when you go to like take a test for it or to prove your knowledge, you get a more profound understanding of what it is that you're doing. So I feel like it helped me a lot in my practice, and I was truly enjoying learning about what I do every day, you know, for a living. And I was going balls to the walls with that. And then come November, I started to slow down a little, and then, you know, with my family, having my father pass away, it was a really tough time for me to keep up with that. And it was like, almost like, I felt like I didn't care about doing that anymore, like, because I need that for school. So like, I almost felt like school can wait, you know, family comes first and all that. And then when all of that kind of boiled down, you know, I felt like a lot of my life was up in the air, and it was causing a lot of anxiety, you know, and like it was a very stressful time for me. So I needed to like look at, or like sit back with myself and see like what it is that I can control and that I can be on top of, and that way I can feel like my life is coming back together, because I felt like my life was in shambles at that point. So I don't know why, but my physical appearance sometimes really does affect my own like mental status. You know, like if I'm not happy with the way that I look or something, it's like everything spirals out from there. Like, I'm not happy with the way that I look, so then I'm not happy with this, I'm not happy with that, and like a whole bunch of other things start to boil down, and I feel like my life is like all over the place, like a hot tamale mess. So I decided I'm gonna go back to the gym. I mentioned before in another video that I had taken some time off because of my shoulder. I was having a lot of shoulder pain. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna make that excuse anymore that I can't work out because my shoulder hurts. Like, I have lower body, I can run, I can do other things. I don't need to only use my arm to work out. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to the gym, get back in shape, and get myself happy with the way I look again, so that I can build from there and get happy with other things around me. I'm not saying I was unhappy, but like, you know, it starts from there, you know, and then everything else kind of. So then I got back into studying again. I decided to just sign up for the test and pick a date. That way I have the date, like putting fire in my butt, like you gotta study, you gotta study, you gotta study. Like, I can't keep putting it off anymore. You know, like that was November. This is a new year, and it's time for me to better myself, and I can't keep waiting or delaying or putting things off. So I started going to the gym. I haven't started dieting, but I want to. But it's really hard when you work night shifts. Sometimes it's like you eat when you can, and it's really not good for your sleep schedule to eat like it's just hard. When you work night shift, it's hard to keep a decent diet, but it can be done, and I'm gonna work on that. That's something on my to-do list, to start dieting, because I know that once I start dieting, it will help my progress when it comes to my physical appearance more than I think the gym will. And then I'm sure that it will also get me back into or get me out of that funk I was in. So I'm studying for this test that I'm taking real soon, and I'm not trying to let that add stress to my life, because it's something that I'm doing for myself. It's not like I'm doing it for school. I mean, I am doing it for school, but it's not like for a grade. It's something that I want to do to better my career and whatnot. So I'm not trying to stress it out. Like, if I don't pass it, I don't pass it. It doesn't mean that I can't be a nurse anymore. It doesn't mean that I can't keep doing what I'm doing. It's just something that will advance me. So if that doesn't work out, it's okay. I've decided to I'm not trying to set myself up for failure, but I'm also not trying to add more stress to myself, or put that on me. I have to be good to myself and understand that if I don't pass, I don't pass. It's all right. Everything will be all right. That's that with the test. I'm hoping that I pass, but if I don't, it's okay. I can still apply to school. I can still, advance in my career. I don't need to add more to myself than I already do. And I'm also studying. So I'm trying to come in with the best foot forward when it comes to the exam. I'm also not like, oh, whatever, it is what it is, right? So, I'm trying small things every day to help me feel like my life is back in order from what happened with my family. And then also cleaning my space, having my space around me habitable. That for some reason always makes me feel at ease. I don't know if you've gone on vacation and you leave your house a hot mess, and then you come back and it's it ruins the whole vacation vibe. You come home from this trip, whether luxurious or not, and then you have to clean the house. Who wants to do that? So I feel like if the space around me is in order, then my life is in order. It's a stupid mentality, but yeah. So if my closets are neat, I've done all my laundry, that will help me feel more well-rounded. But it's just in my own mind. But anyway, so that's really the point of it. I don't want to keep rambling anymore about what I'm doing to center myself again, but I hope that you find ways to center yourself when it comes to anxious situations that you're put in. We are always going to experience them in life. So it's a way of just coping with, whatever causes anxiety in your life. I hope that this helps. I hope it wasn't just something this video that's just I'm tired of listening to you talk, but it helps. It also helps me to talk about what I'm doing to progress with my life. And I don't know, that's why I started vlogging. And I hope you guys enjoy my videos. I hope you get some insight into me as well. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my videos, I hope you do. Please do. And like this one with a thumbs up, that will help. And if you have any comments for me, you can leave it down below. Any advice or any future videos you'd like to see, I'd be happy to hear from you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!